What's one of the scariest moments from when I was a kid that you remember?
I remember one time I lost you in the grocery store. You were probably about 1.5 years old. You'd been walking for a little while, and you really didn't want me to carry you that day. So I stopped in the pharmacy section and I was searching for ibuprofen, and I had set you down next to me and you were just kind of toddling around me. And I was just looking through the items on the shelf, and suddenly I looked up and realized I couldn't see you anywhere. And so I called your name, and I went to the end of the aisle and looked both ways, and then I went to the other end of the aisle and I looked both ways, and I still couldn't see you. So I went back out to the main aisle, and I walked up and down that aisle several times and felt like I was looking for you for a very long time. I'm sure that it was probably less than a minute. But that's all the time it took for me to start to feel extremely panicked. So I hurried to the front doors of the store, intending to make sure that no one was trying to carry you out the doors. And on my way, I saw the manager of Smith's, and I told him, Kurt, I lost my baby, and please help me. And so he asked me, and he was so calm, and I was completely panicking by now and probably had tears in my eyes, and he was super calm, and he says, okay, where was the last place you saw her? And so I told him I was looking for ibuprofen, and so he headed that direction, and I was afraid to leave the front doors of the store because I was terrified that someone had you and was going to run out the door with you. And so I kind of stayed in that area and was just scanning around, and it again felt like it took forever, but it probably wasn't a minute later that Kurt came back over, and he kind of had a little smile on his face, and he says, come here, I found her, and led me back over, and there you were standing at the end of the aisle that the ibuprofen had been on. And I must have just missed you as we rounded corners or something, but you were standing there very happily playing with the reading glasses on the display at the end of the aisle. And that was one of the scariest moments I can remember from when you were a child.